Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online, easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts, Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert, Adam Duran, answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
All right. Sounds like another exciting topic you have in mind for us.
Yeah, we got another banger. Another banger.
Really? What happened this week that made it so urgent that we needed to do a podcast immediately and record?
Immediately. Moxdale.
Yeah.
No, this one, actually, so in our agency, we have a lot of home services clients. So these are clients, they come into your home, they do various tasks. So you could have a contractor, you could have a kitchen remodeling company, you can have all these different contractors. So these blue collar based industry that they are constantly looking for leads. And so they are bombarded, just like I'm sure you are, Jamie. Jamie's has a solar company. He is, and even I just bombarded with lead generation, like companies. They're companies, and I'm saying companies in quotes because, boy, they can be really aggressive, and they use magic words to confuse people, and they are very, very good at what they do. So because, Jamie, they have the ultimate, they have that ultimate carrot, which is, don't you want all these golden leads that we got? The first one's free, or the first 5 are free, that kind of thing. So these lead generating agencies, they are just not exploding, but they are just massive in terms of the amount of spam that they generate and amount of calls they generate to clients like Jamie, like in the home services. So I want to do a podcast just about their tactics and how you can spot them and how you can see they work. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So first thing that you should know whenever you're talking to one of these marketing people, they're going to try and use these buzzwords. The buzzwords that you're probably going to hear, and these buzzwords, they change. They change with the times. So when they used to talk about geofencing and targeted client acquisition. Now they're using words like AI and predictive analytics and AI-driven customer acquisition. So what I think is, if you're in the blue collar world, maybe, you've heard of AI, you're listening to this podcast. So of course you have your finger kind of on the pulse of this. So when you hear these new terms, you're like, whoa, hey, that's intriguing. Hey, wow, that sounds cool. Now, what they're trying to do is confuse you. So they know that, this is just not your world, and that's okay. I don't expect you to know this world, but understand that the only way they are getting you leads is through this method. Okay. And I'll break it down for you, Jamie. Ready?
Ready.
All right. Google has something called Google Guaranteed. Google Guaranteed, they are called local service ads. And what happens is, if you're a business, you go through a Google Guaranteed screening process where you have to show them your license. You have to prove that you are a licensed whatever. And then you have to show them your insurance. You have to show that you're an insured whatever. Okay. Got that?
Yep.
Now, say I have, let me do a good one. Say I am a garage door company, and it's 5 years ago when Google started this local service ads for us. So I take my ad and I go through that process. So now I have a garage door Google Guaranteed ad. And then I realize, hey, I can advertise anywhere that my license is good, as long as I can get someone to go out to that customer's house and perform that job. So say I have, in my area, I have 55-star reviews. So that's great. Now I start advertising. I start paying for more Google guaranteed visibility in every area that I can service. So what happens is a customer sees that Google guaranteed ad. They don't realize that my company's 500 miles away from them. They only see that I have an 800 number listed there. So they don't even know where I'm at. All they know is they see that 55-star reviews. Great. They see my competitors have 3 or 4 or 10 at that time, 5 years ago, right? So they see that, whoa, wow, I'll just go with that ABC 5-star company. Okay, so now what do? I have that lady who just called in. Now I know there is a garage door company. I look on Google and I see, hey, those other guys in that area. I call them up and I go, hey, I have a lead for you. And now this is a predictive analysis or whatever. I got this lead for you and I'm going to sell you this lead. So they sell you those leads to that other garage door company. That other garage door company, they go out and do that job. So the customer is satisfied. Now, because they came through my Google guaranteed ad, I can, through Google itself, I can email that customer and say, hey, please give us a 5-star review. And Google will do that for you. And that customer, if they're so inclined, they'll write that 5-star review, except they're not reviewing the Google guaranteed company. They're reviewing the actual contractor who went out there. So the actual contractor who earned that 5-star review doesn't get it. The lead generation company gets it.
Yeah.
So now
you just said that you said the contractor gets it and then the contractor gets. So it's in reality, the review goes to the lead company and not the contractor. Yep. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. And so now multiply that by 1,000 and now you'll see these lead generating companies, these marketing. So they might have started off or partnered with that garage door company in its infancy or whatever. They use that garage door company's licensing and now they're selling leads. And now they don't have 55-star reviews. They have 2,500 5-star reviews. So how can a local garage door company compete with that? Well, very, very tough, right? Yeah. I mean, imagine you've been in business for 30 years as a garage door service provider and you have 90 5-star reviews. But when somebody looks at your company and then they look at the other company with 2,500 or 3,000 5-star reviews, they're probably going to start with that 3,000 5-star review company just because they have so many reviews. They don't care where it's located. They just want to get the job done. And they don't care where that company's located. And then, that's how that works. And these lead generation companies, of course, this is completely against Google's terms of service. It's 100%. So we do know that Google now has a track record of suing companies, marketing agencies that do these misrepresentations. So in 2023, there was a big lawsuit that they had against a rank and rent company that did something similar to these. Basically, it was lead generation, taking advantage of Google's system. So we know that this is a terms of service violation. So now, but I also know that if I'm one of these home services companies, I need leads and I don't care where they come from. Just understand though, so if you put all of your eggs in that basket, so you go with that marketing agency because they reach out to you and, you'll go to their website and you'll say, wow, something's really weird about this website. It's not like a normal website. And why? Well, it doesn't have any other pages. It has all this gobbledygook about marketing on it, but no case studies, no reviews for that company. They have no Google listing themselves. It's obviously a weird situation, but that's by design, right? Because their way of getting customers is all spam. So they don't depend on their lead generation is not the same as yours as a home services person, right? So anyway, Google does have an issue reporting page. I'll put it in the show notes. So if it's a report of misconduct or abuse. So if you're in a home services industry. Say you're a local garage door guy. Yeah. And you see that your competitors are like, wait a second, that guy's only been in business for 2 years and he's got whatever 3,000 5-star reviews. Something's wrong. Yeah, something's wrong. And what's wrong is they're gaming the system and making it so that you who don't game the system, you're going to lose because of this. And I know there is if you can't beat them, join them, that thing. But what's really scary is if Google does go after these kind of lead generation companies, which they will, if all they have to do is push a button and that's gone.
Yeah.
Right. All those leads go away. These companies go away. They don't go away. They'll just create another one. It'll just take them time to do that. And then your livelihood and anyone who works for you, of course, goes away too. So be very, very, very careful partnering with these kind of agencies, and just understand when you go through this, like go in with your eyes open, right? You've listened to this podcast. The big thing is if it's too good to be true, yeah, it's too good to be true, man. It is. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to do this. And the people who are offering the easy way to do this, they're slimy AF. So yeah, they got their money up front, man. And you're out. So if it's too good to be true, it is.
Well, and as the home service provider that you described, I can say that the leads that I have received from any of these companies, it's worse than not getting a lead at all, because 90%, I mean, what's the worst thing that someone could do is waste your time. And 90% are time wasters, and they have no problem with you spending your resources. And it's crazy because there's people out there that just, I want a free estimate, and I want a free estimate from 11 companies. And so I have no problem, wasting 11 companies' time and resources. And then I don't even pull the trigger on any of them. And
that's frustrating.
It is crazy, but it's really common in the Google lead. It's even worse on Facebook, Instagram. You don't even need to respond, but it's Nextdoor has been okay. Yelp's been okay, but oh boy, the Google ones, I could just read you all. It's a mess. It's a real mess.
Well, when you get these when you talk to these guys, the gobbledygook is very, very thick. So if you're hearing a lot of buzzwords and not a lot of concrete answers, you really have to question that. And I know it's the thing, man. They're holding that golden carrot in front of you, and it looks so good, and it's got to be true. And it's, oh my God, they have 2,000 5-star reviews. How could they not, have used it? Yeah, understand. Too good to be true. It's too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Understood.
All right. That's all I got, Jamie.
All right. Well, thank you, Adam. No, this is really good because, as you mentioned, and I wouldn't say it's limited to home service companies. I'd say if you're real estate or mortgages or any business, there's someone who's trying to put themselves in between you and the customer and make some easy money off of it. And so if you do get bombarded, or if you just do a Google search in your area for the service that you provide, and there's 10 other companies out there, that don't, that are not legitimate. Hopefully with this form that Adam's providing in the show notes, you can fill that out and get these fake companies out of there, because it's really just hurting your business. And, it really turns off the customer. If they do want a new garage door or a service, if they get bombarded by 40 other people calling, emailing, texting them, and they just give up and they don't do anything, which is the worst of all worlds. So because we've beaten the demand out of them. Anyway, I could keep on going. But with this, Adam, we appreciate it. And thanks for some good strategies there. And if you do know of another home service company, please share this podcast with them. Chances are this is a solution to a problem they deal with all the time. And if you, not just share it with this podcast, but share it out to pretty much anyone that that owns their own business, whether chamber commerce or a networking group, that's really helpful. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us 5 stars wherever you're listening to it. We don't take any advertising. Adam does this each week he just cares about the industry and cares about clients out there. So he's doing it for free, and we definitely need to support this podcast by getting the word out more. If you have a question about this podcast or any other topic in search engine optimization, go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button and put in that search term. And generally there's 3 or 4 topics or podcasts on that. And then if you don't see it, or you just want to send us a question or comment, please go to our LinkedIn or Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we will address it directly or in a new podcast. Thanks very much, Adam. We'll talk to you next week.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.